I'm going to switch the microphone to handheld.
Well, I just spent this last 2 hours talking with entrepreneurs and the Khalifa Fund and the diversity of passions that they have that they want to pursue and the advice and frankly the depth of the experience I just heard on stage was remarkable. These are people who've lived and worked around the world. They've decided to come back here to make it happen and to recruit the people to do that. And there was offers being made uh, of a very generous kind about, if you can create the product here in the UAE, if you can build it here in Abu Dhabi, there's going to be money and resources and people who are stand ready to help support you. That doesn't happen in a lot of places around the planet. And I can invite you to Silicon Valley, but it's tough on Sand Hill Road where all the venture capitalists are in terms of trying to make your pitch. Here, I think you're really creating a remarkable ecosystem to start this kind of entrepreneurship. You're being explicit about it. You're putting your money where your mouth is. And I think the kind of economic and intellectual resources that are here, I think you have the opportunity now to change any stereotypes and vision of what might be in the past for the kind of leadership that could be flowing here from the UAE to the rest of the world. I mean, you're talking about sophisticated people with an opportunity to change technology, change retail services, and start to really have an impact and influence like maybe never before. I think that failure is a great teacher, and it's a better teacher than success. And frankly, when I was interviewing world leaders and presidents of countries and entrepreneurs and people who'd had impact over 20-year periods or more, they almost sounded like losers because they talked about their failures more than their successes. I think that you tend to learn more because you appreciate and have the humility maybe for that message to get through our thick skulls if we're feeling full of ourselves. I think the problem is learning from our mistakes in a way that we can be productive and not let it stop us. To let it be somehow empowering enough for you to get back on the bicycle and keep riding, only faster and better and smarter. That's the toughest thing, I think, for any of us, is to balance that hubris and humility. One of the biggest inhibitors to success in all of our lives is that we get in our own way a lot, that we either have an extraordinary amount of self-doubt, or we don't feel like we're connected to anything that's important enough to tear us away from either whining or from our greater comforts that we have. During the conference here, there was wonderful commentary made about how there are resources here. Don't we actually have a moral obligation to take some of our privilege out and do something with it? I mean, who can you help? Who can you serve? And how will you feel about it if you could do that? And so I think getting out of our own way and encouraging yourself to really make a contribution is probably the most important thing you can do.